Hello students, welcome to this session. In this session, let us discuss about deduction under section 80E, 80EE and 80G. Let us start with the first section, that is deduction under section 80E. This section is relating to deduction for interest on education loan for higher studies. Any payment of interest on loan taken by an individual SSC for higher education after 10th standard in all fields can be considered for deduction under this section. Here, the loan may be taken for the education of a self or spouse or children. The loan must have been taken from approved financial institution in India for full-time education only, that may be in India or in abroad. And no deduction is allowed for the loan taken for part-time education or distant mode education. And the deduction is available for a maximum of 8 years or till the interest is paid in full, whichever is earlier. If he pays his interest and principal amount within 8 years, the deduction is available only for that much year. If he failed to pay interest and principal amount within 8 years, the deduction is available only for 8 years. And no deduction is allowed in respect of payment of principal amount. This section is relating only to the deduction of interest on education loan and not the principal amount. No restriction on amount that can be claimed, and here there is no restriction on amount of deduction. Whatever may be the interest amount, they can claim it full. So, this is about section 80E relating to interest on education loan taken for the education of self or spouse or children. Only interest amount can be claimed and not the principal amount. Deduction is available for the maximum of 8 years or interest is paid in full, whichever is earlier. Next section is 80EE. This section is relating to deduction in respect of interest on loan taken for residential house. There are some conditions to be satisfied to claim deduction under this section. The conditions are as follows. See, the first condition is the SSC is an individual. Here the SSC must be an individual person. He may be resident of India or non-resident. Second condition is he has taken loan for acquiring a residential house. Other than this purpose, they cannot claim interest on loan under this section. And the loan is taken from a bank or a housing finance company and sanctioned between 1st April 2016 and 31st March 2017. The loan amount must be sanctioned between 1st April 2016 to 31st March 2017. Next condition is the loan amount does not exceed rupees 35 lakhs and the value of the house property not to exceed 50 lakhs. So, to claim deduction on interest on loan taken for residential house under this section, the loan amount should not exceed 35 lakhs and the value of the house property should not cross 50 lakhs limit. That is one of the conditions under this section. Next condition is the SSC does not own any residential house on the date of sanction of the loan. That means that residential house for which he is taking loan must be his first residential house. He should not own any residential house on the date of sanction of the loan amount. Only for the first residential house he can claim deduction under section 80EE. The next condition is amount of deduction is actual interest or 50,000 whichever is less. Here there is maximum limit, that is 50,000. Amount of interest or 50,000 whichever is less, they can claim it under this section. For example, if the actual interest amount is 60,000, they can claim only 50,000 and not more than that. Next condition is, this is an addition to deduction of 2 lakhs rupees allowed under section 24 of the Income Tax Act for self-occupied house property. Section 24 is relating to income from house property. Under section 24, that is income from house property, they can claim deduction for interest on loan amount. Under that section, they can claim up to 2 lakhs rupees for deduction. If the interest amount is less than 2 lakhs rupees and they claimed deduction under section 24, they cannot claim deduction under section 80E. Only if the deduction amount crosses 2 lakhs rupees, that is interest amount crosses 2 lakhs rupees, they can claim 2 lakhs rupees under section 24 and they can claim up to 50,000 under this section. Remember this point, up to 2 lakhs they can claim under section 24. If they already claimed under section 24, that is income from house property, they cannot claim under this section. If the interest amount exceeds 2 lakhs rupees, they can claim up to 50,000 under this section. They can choose between 80EE and section 24. So, this is about deduction 80EE regarding interest on loan taken for residential house. That residential house must be his first residential house, then only they can claim deduction under section 80EE. The loan amount does not exceed 35 lakhs and the value of the house not to exceed 50 lakhs to claim deduction for interest under this section. So, this is about section 80EE. The next section is section 80G, very important section from the point of view of your exam. This section is relating to deduction in respect of donations. Here, if an SSC is making any donation, if he is donating money to someone or to some funds, they can claim that under section 80G, that is relating to deduction in respect of donations. There are two groups, donations without limit and donations with the limit. Donations without a limit, under this there are some deductions, about 28 points are there, and under with the limit they can claim some of the deductions. Let us see these deductions one by one. I am only reading the points, you have to remember all these points. In exam you have to classify which are the donations comes under donations without limit and which are the donations which comes under with the limit. So, see donations without limit, first point is National Defence Fund set up by the central government. Second point, Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Next one, National Foundation for Communal Harmony. Next point is donation for an approved university or educational institution of national eminence. Fifth point, Jilla Saksharata Samiti constituted in any district under the chairmanship of the collector of that district. Next deduction is donation fund set up by a state government for the medical relief to the poor. Next one, donation for National Illness Assistance Fund. Eighth deduction, a donation for National Blood Transfusion Council or any state blood transfusion council. Next point is donation to National Trust for Welfare of Persons with Autism, cerebral palsy, mental retardation and multiple disabilities. 10th point, donation to National Sports Fund. 11th point, National Cultural Fund, donation for Fund for Technology Development and Application. 13th point, donation to National Children's Fund. 14th one, donation to Chief Minister's Relief Fund or Lieutenant Governor's Relief Fund with respect to any state or union territory. 15th one, donation to the Army Central Welfare Fund or the Indian Naval Benevolent Fund or the Air Force Central Welfare Fund or Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister's Cyclone Relief Fund of 1996. 16th point is donation to the Maharashtra Chief Minister's Relief Fund during October 1st, 1993 and 6th October 1993. 17th point, Chief Minister's Earthquake Relief Fund of Maharashtra. 18th point is any fund set up by the state government of Gujarat exclusively for providing relief to the victims of the earthquake in Gujarat. 19th point, donation to any trust, institution or fund to which section 80G subsection 5C applies for providing relief to the victims of the earthquake in Gujarat, that is contribution made during January 26, 2001 and September 30, 2001, or donation to Prime Minister's America Earthquake Relief Fund. Next point is Africa Public Contributions Fund. 22nd point is Swachh Bharat Kosh applicable from financial year 2014-15. Next point is donation to Clean Ganga Fund applicable from financial year 2014-15. Next point is donation to National Fund for Control of Drug Abuse applicable from financial year 2015-16. Next point is donation to Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund, Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund, Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust, and the last point is Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. So, any donations made to any of these funds can be deductible under section 80 without limit. Without limit means they can claim deduction without any maximum limit of amount. Next one is donations with the limit. Here there is limit for the donation, that means they can donate how much they want, but deduction is available only for some money. So, donations with limit are donation to government, local authority or institution approved by the central government to be utilized for purposes other than family planning. So, any donation to the government, local authority or institution approved by central government to be utilized for the purposes other than family planning. Second point is donations to government, local authority or institution approved by the central government. Here local authority and institution must be approved by the central government. That fund to be utilized for family planning promotion. First one other than family planning, second one for family planning promotion, and third one donation to any institution established in India for a charitable purpose provided its income is exempted under section 10 subsection 22 subsection 22A, 23, 23A and under section 11 and 12 of the Income Tax Act. Here section 10 subsection 22 is relating to educational institution. Their main intention is to provide education and not to make profit, and section 10 subsection 22A is relating to donation to the hospitals. Section 23A is relating to professional institutions, and section 11 is relating to charitable trust, that is charity for religious purposes. Next one is donation for the renovation or repair of any such temple, mosque, Gurudwara, church or any other place having historic, archaeological and artistic importance or a place of public worship can be claimed under this section. Or donation to corporation established for promoting interest of minority community. Donation for this corporation can be claimed under section 80G with limit. Next one is Indian Olympic Association or any other association for the development of infrastructure for sports and games in India. Here donation by a company SSC can claim deduction for this purpose, that is donation to Indian Olympic Association or any other association for the development of infrastructure of sports. Only company SSC can claim deduction for this purpose. So, these are the list of items or list of purposes for which donation can be made and that can be claimed for deduction under section 80G. So, first 28 points without any limit they can claim deduction whatever may be the amount of donation, but for other 6 purposes they can claim deduction, but there is a limit for claiming the amount for deduction. So, there are some conditions to claim deduction under this section. The conditions are as follows. See, the donation should not be in kind. Donation must be in monetary terms only. Donation in any kind is not allowed for deduction. Donation should not be given for the benefit of any particular religion or community. Here, donation for the benefit of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, backward class, women and children are not considered as for any religion. Here, donation for the benefit of any religion or community cannot be considered for deduction, but SCs, STs Backward class women and children, for the benefit for them is not considered as donation for the benefit of a particular religion or community. Next condition is payment exceeding rupees 2000 should not be in cash, that must be in the form of check or DD. Up to 2000 they can make donation in cash. Above this limit, that is rupees 2000, they cannot make a donation in cash, that must be in checks or in DD form only. We discussed donation with the limit and without limit. What is that limit? What is that maximum limit? Let us see now. For first 28 items, there is no maximum limit. They can claim the amount which they actually donated. But for the remaining purposes, that is with the limit, that 6 purposes, the maximum limit is 10% of the adjusted total income. That is maximum limit is 10% of the adjusted total income. That means the donation amount or 10% of the adjusted total income, whichever is less, they can claim for deduction. So, what is this adjusted total income? Adjusted total income means gross total income less the following items. First one, amount deductible under section 80C to 80U excluding 80G, long term capital gains and short term capital gains. When you deduct these 3 items from gross total income, you arrive at the adjusted total income. That means gross total income less amount deductible under section 80C to 80U excluding 80G, long term capital gains and short term capital gains. The rate of deductions as follows. For first 24 items, remember here, first 24 items excluding donations to Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund, Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund, Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust and Rajiv Gandhi Foundations, and the Indian Olympic Association or any other association set up for promotion of infrastructure in sports and games, and to the government etc. for promotion of family planning, 100% deduction is allowed. Here the items are first 24 items of without limit and Indian Olympic Association or any other association for the purpose of promotion of infrastructure in sports and games, and to the government, local authority and institution for the promotion of family planning. If you donate money to these purposes, 100% deduction is available. Other than these purposes, only 50% of the donation amount can be deductible. That purposes are Jawaharlal Memorial Fund, Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund, Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust and Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, and rest which are listed in with the limit. So, for these items only 50% of the donation amount can be claimed for deduction. Which are the items? Last 4 items of without limit and rest of the items under with the limit, only 50% can be claimed. So, let us solve the problems in the next session. You will come to know about these deductions clearly. Thank you students. Let us end this session, and for the next session be ready with these deductions. You must read these points and you must memorize these points. Thank you. Let us meet in the next session.